Hi, friends. It's me, Miss Green. Today we're going to be doing a science lesson over animals and their habitats. So first of all, I want to hear what are some of your favorite animals? Oh, a dog. Yeah, I like dogs too. Oh, a hamster. Interesting. You like snakes? Oh, no, don't like snakes. Nope. Okay. Well, I want to ask you some questions about animals. So, the animals that you're describing, like your dog, what does he look like? He's furry, yes. He runs a lot, yeah. He eats a lot, tears stuff up. That happens to a lot of my friends' dogs, yeah. What does your dog eat? Dog food, yeah. Where does it live? In a house, yes. Awesome. But what about other animals that don't live in your house? Turtles? Oh, you like turtles? Yeah. Where do turtles live? In the ocean? Nice. Yeah. So my favorite animal is probably a penguin. And penguins live in the Arctic where it's really, really cold and they eat fish. And so, yeah. So I think it's important for all y'all to know the different types of animals because there's so many and they all live in different kinds of places and habitats. So that's what we're going to talk about more today. These animals, they live in different places because they have different adaptations and they have different populations. So they need to live in different areas because if all the animals lived in the same place, they would not survive because they would all be competing for the same type of food, right? Yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show you some animals and we're going to talk about them. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we are going to talk about some different animals. Okay, let me go to my page. Here we go. Okay, class. So let's look at this snake right here, since one of y'all said that you like snakes. So this snake obviously has some scales, right? Yeah. Where do you think he lives? Yeah, sometimes there's snakes in the ocean. In the forest, right. So this snake lives in or can be found in the forest because he needs lots of things to hide around so that he isn't seen by other animals, right? So those are some adaptations that he needs in order to survive. If the snake was in somewhere with not as many trees, he would be easily spotted and he wouldn't be able to get as much food as he needed. Good job. So then let's look at this little fish right here. Obviously, that fish need what to live? Water. Awesome. Yes, fish need water to live because they breathe underwater. So this fish would belong in the ocean. Well, let's look at this plant right here. Has anyone seen this before? No, it's okay. So this is called seaweed. And this kind of plant belongs in the ocean. But something else that's cool is that fish eat seaweed and other plants in the ocean to survive. So that's part of their habitat. Next, let's look at these two bears. So this one right here in the white is a polar bear. Obviously, polar bears are found in the Arctic, but this bear right here, just a plain old brown bear, he lives in the forest. The difference between these two bears are their colors. While this bear would sometimes eat things that are found in the forest, like plants and other animals, this polar bear is more likely to eat fish and maybe some other animals. The polar bear lives in the Arctic because his skin matches the snow. So he's able to blend in with his surroundings and not be seen by predators because of the color of his fur. This bear, this brown bear, blends in with his surroundings because he's a darker color. If this brown bear was in the Arctic, he would not be able to survive because he would be too he would be able to be seen by other animals, and that would not be good. Next, let's look at this cactus. Most of the time, you see plants and other types of living things. What are other types of living things need? Sunlight and soil and things to grow. Well, cactus are a little different. They don't need as they need sunlight, but they don't need as much nutrients as other plants do. So this cactus can survive in the desert, unlike some other plants can. Next, let's look at these different flowers. So these flowers right here are in the Arctic, and they're still growing even though they don't have as much nutrients or maybe sunlight. Well, that's very different from these kind of plants because these plants are obviously receiving nutrients and sunlight like they need. Um, so these are just a little bit of some different animals and their habitats and things that they need to survive. Let's look at these different habitats like we talked about before. So this right here is the desert, very sandy, not so many trees. Like we talked about before, lots of animals that are found there can be like snakes, maybe armadillos, maybe camels. Next, we have the Arctic. The Arctic is where we find our penguins, our polar bears, maybe some fish and stuff like that, stuff that can survive staying really, really cold all the time. Next up, we have the forest. That's where we know the most animals from because we have forests all around us. That's where you see snakes and bugs, sometimes bears, maybe wolves or coyotes, maybe a hawk, all different types of animals live in the forest. And then we have the ocean, where we see sharks and octopus and fish and underwater sea stars and all that kind of stuff. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game. I'm going to pull it up on my screen, and I want some of y'all to tell me where you think we should put these different animals to sort them into their habitats. So like we talked about before, there are lots of different animals that go into different habitats. And not all animals are from the same habitat because otherwise they wouldn't be able to survive, right? Okay, so if you have an answer or if you want to suggest something, let me know, raise your hand, and I'll pick on my quiet friends that are following directions. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is called Sortify. So let's look at these different animals. Let's look at this crab. Where do we normally find crabs? In the ocean. So let's start that here. Let's see. Out of all of these, it says cold-blooded, invertebrate, vertebrate, mammal, reptile, lays eggs, can fly, four-legged, insect, lives in water, eyes. Which one do you think is the best to describe crabs? Probably lives in water. Okay, so out of all of these, what other ones should we put that lives in water? Jellyfish? Yes. Starfish? What else? Pufferfish? Yeah, good job. Pacific salmon. That looks like a fish, so we'll put it in there. A squid? Yeah. Snake? Well, that says garden snake, so I'm not sure if that one would go in the ocean. Let's wait and maybe we'll find another place for that one. Dolphin? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh, these are all the ones in here. Okay. Oh, sea turtle, yeah. Crocodile, it does live in water. Okay, let's move on to the next bucket. Which one should we put in there? You want to put the monkey? Okay, cool. So let's see, four-legged, reptile, invertebrate, cold-blooded, mammal, insect, can fly, lays eggs. Four-legged? Yeah, we could do that one. Or a mammal. Let's do the mammal. Put the lion in there. Yes. Elephant? I think that's it. Okay. So next, let's move on to the next one. Let's see. Oh, you're right. Yeah, humans are also mammals. Good job. Next, let's put this ant here and see what happens. An ant is an insect, correct. So what other insects are on here? Tarantula? Ooh, those are scary. Grasshopper? Earthworm? Dragonfly? I don't know if a snake would be in there. Salamander? Next, let's see about this butterfly. Can fly. Hawk, fruit. We have two more. What do we do? Does a frog live in water? Sometimes. What about a garden snake? We'll put it here. Okay. Now let's see. How do we submit it? Oh, good job, guys. 20 points. Let's check this one. Nice. Oh, got some of those. Can fly. Nice. Awesome job, guys. Okay, let's look at these last ones and see. Garden snake, reptile. Let's see. I don't know. This one? Oh. Okay, well, the game's over. Okay, so next I'm going to go over your assignment for class. So what we're going to do is you are now going to become the teachers. I've been spending this whole time going over different habitats and animals that y'all are going to, or that y'all have talked about. So what we're going to do is next, you're going to find a partner or maybe two partners, and you are going to pick an animal to create a poster of. You're going to create an animal and you're going to do research over where the animal lives, what it needs to survive, maybe definitely what the animal looks like, and just all the facts you can find out about the animal. Then with your group, you're going to create a poster and put all the information on the poster. So then whenever everyone's done, we're going to have a show and tell of all the animals that we learned about, and you're going to teach the class about the animal that you researched about. Everyone's going to do this, and so that we can become we can become masters of knowing all the animals. I'm also going to create a page for you to take notes during everyone's presentation. It's going to have a picture of their animal, and then it'll have spots for you to fill out the animal's name, where it lives, what it eats, and maybe just like a fun fact that your friends included. I'm really looking forward to us having this project in class, and I can't wait for us to start working on it, and I can't wait to find out what animals you pick and what you learn about these animals. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.